Hey guys, it's Mike here with Smokin' Ugly, and today we're going to smoke a turkey on the Ugly Drum Smoker made by Smokin' Ugly at Weber Knapp. And I'm going to take you through some of the steps from brining it to putting the rub on, what I'm going to stuff it with, how long to cook it. I know for the first timers out there, it can be kind of intimidating cooking a Thanksgiving turkey. And there's a couple different ways to cook a turkey. You can do the spatchcock where you cut it in half and lay it kind of flat and smoke it that way, which gives you a little more consistency and quicker cook time. But there's just something about the presentation of a turkey on Thanksgiving, that full turkey, and so that's what we're going to stick with today. My advice to you, if this is your first time cooking a turkey, is don't try to cook that 20 plus pound turkey for Thanksgiving. It's better to cook 2 turkeys, maybe do 2 12-pounders or even 2 10-pounders, but stick with something around 10 to 18 pounds at the most if it's your first time. I usually plan on about 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours. I cook my turkeys at around 275 to 300. We want to get those breasts cooked to about 165. We want to get our thighs up around 175. A couple more tips for you. If you notice your turkey's getting too dark, because you don't want your turkey too dark, and which can happen when you're smoking it, just cover it with aluminum foil when you get to that point before it starts getting too dark. Yeah, we'll take you through the brine process today, what I'm going to stuff the turkey with, what rubs we're going to use, injections. I got a water pan. I'm going to take you through all the accessories for the drum smoker. The Smokin' Ugly accessories, they do a fantastic job making these accessories in Jamestown, New York, and really makes it easy to do all different kinds of things on a drum smoker. So we'll take you through all that. Right now I've got my turkey in here in the brine, and I like to do it in a 5-gallon bucket for about 24 hours. It's just easier to maneuver, easier to move around, and the 5-gallon bucket works perfect for what we're doing. So what I've done here is I just bought a couple days ago. I bought a little package of pre-mixed brine, and it was sage, thyme, rosemary, and some other stuff in there, and I put that in here along with I cut up 2 oranges and put 2 oranges in there. I also did a cup of honey, put a cup of honey in there, and then I put it all in this 5-gallon bucket, stirred it all up, and 2 or 3 times in that 24 hours I would come out and I would stir it up. And other than that, I've just been letting it sit out here. It's November, so it's pretty cold out anyways, and it sat out here overnight with the lid on it. And we're going to get this turkey out here soon. I'm going to dry it off, and then we'll start the next process. We're probably going to go down and get the drum smoker fired up here next and try to get that up to temperature as we're kind of up here working on the turkey. And my advice also, when you go get your turkey, you buy your turkey, start your process 3 or 4 days ahead of time, because you're going to need probably 3 days to unthaw that turkey in the refrigerator, and you're also going to need 24 hours to brine it. And you can pick up these 5-gallon buckets at Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. But start your process early. Don't stress about it. It's pretty simple doing a turkey. Just get your, like I said, get your grill to about 275 at the minimum. I don't like to go over 300, so anywhere between 275 and 300. And I usually plan for about 4 hours, because if I'm done early, if I'm done at like the 3.5 hour mark, then that's fine. I can just shut the grill down and just let the turkey sit in there for a little bit longer. Or I just pull it out about 15 minutes before dinner and just let it kind of rest and let everybody see it. So yeah, so we're gonna shut the video off here, and then we'll come back with we'll be down at the grill and we'll start getting that going. All right, so this is the Smokin' Ugly drum smoker accessories here. Everything's in stainless steel, made in Jamestown, New York. And you can get your own drum, or if you already have a drum, but you can get your own drum pretty cheap. And then you can take the accessories from Smokin' Ugly, and you can quickly and easily mount all of these accessories right on your drum smoker. And this isn't even all the accessories. These are just a handful. It also comes with an awesome pizza firewood grill pizza oven. So you use real wood. It sits up there behind the pizza, shoots the fire up over top of the pizza. It's really awesome. I recommend you go check it out. It's also converts to a griddle, so you can cook smash burgers, you can cook eggs and bacon. But we don't have any of that stuff with us today because we're just going to be smoking this turkey. But I just want to take you through some of these accessories. I think the awesomest thing on this drum smoker, the best accessory, is this charcoal chute. Because how many times have you smoked a brisket or something and you got to add the charcoal and you got to take everything out of your grill? With this, I can just easily undo this little clip right here. Add charcoal right down in there. It goes right into our charcoal basket down there that I'll show you here in a second. It's got utensil holders over here with the awesome Smokin' Ugly name on there. And I apologize for all the noise. It's pouring rain here today. I got cars going by. Had to do it right on the edge of my barn here because it's pouring rain outside. But yeah, so we got the utensil holders here. Here you got some your air vents for your bottom control for your airflow. You can also hook up you can hook up a flame boss or something like that for to control your temperature in there a little better. Comes with a latch, keep it nice and secure and closed. I can undo the latch, and check this out. It's got a spring assisted hinge so that I don't have to worry about my lid closing back down. Look at that. Just stays right up wherever I let go. It stays right there. Bring it back down, automatically latches. And then of course we got our control vent on top here as well, just a regular daisy wheel. We're just going to shut this down a little bit and shut this down a little bit, and we're going to try to get to about 275. Get it to about right there. So yeah, so that's the some of the accessories. And then of course let's check out inside here real quick. I don't know how well you can see it, but we got our charcoal down there. I like to use the Kamado Joe lump charcoal. I pick it up at Lowe's. To me, it works amazing. There's another company out there, Jealous Devil, makes really good lump charcoal too, but that's a little on the pricey side. But you get what you pay for. So you got down there, you got your charcoal basket, and we can easily pull that up out of there with the tool right here if we needed to. But right now we're just going to let that go. And the nice thing about that charcoal chute too is a lot of times when you're smoking something and you can't get to your charcoal because you're putting everything in, you put the wood in, and then your wood for your smoke flavor is actually kind of burn out or used up by the time you get your brisket or something on there, and maybe you want to add more wood clumps later on in your cook. You'd have to take everything out of there. So that's the nice thing about this. We're going to close this down for you. We don't want it to get too hot here. Well, as I forgot to show the grill grate here. So this is the grill grate. Underneath there you'll notice it's a heat deflector / water pan holder. And we're going to be using a water pan today. And we're going to put some apple cranberry juice in there with some water and some other stuff. Some thyme and so that'll be the water pan holder down there / heat deflector. And then earlier I mentioned the wood-fired pizza grill. I don't have that, but what I do have is I have where this hooks on the back. Trying to do it one-handed here. And that's where you would put your wood. There's a little deflector here. You put your wood back there. You put your charcoal here. And then there's a big pizza oven that sits right up here with this awesome lid on it that comes up. And you can cook pizzas right on there. You can do smash burgers. You can do all kinds of different things. But just wanted to show you that real quick. But yeah, so we're going to be using some Weber apple chunks. I used the big block Kamado Joe lump charcoal. What I started my fire with, I have a Louisiana Grill fire starter here, just an electric one. Heats or starts my fire up in just a few minutes, if that, even just a couple minutes. So we're going to let this go for a little while, get it up to temperature. While this is getting to temperature, we are going to go up and we're going to get that turkey ready and get the guest of honor ready. Okay, so I've got my turkey out of the brine and basically just patted it down, got it all nice and dry, got it on my cutting board here. And there's two things we're going to do here. We're going to stuff this turkey. I got some oranges, some celery, some thyme, and some jalapenos. I'm not sure if you can see these on the video here, but we got a little nice presentation here. Some thyme going on. We got some jalapenos to stuff in there, some celery, and some oranges. I also have this pre-seasoned rub that I'm going to put on there. You can make your own rub. A lot of times I make my own rub, but pretty much what I make is I can just easily buy at the store for a few bucks as well. So, and then we're going to inject it. I actually like to inject my turkey after it's been on for about an hour on the grill. That way it kind of warms up inside there. I warm up my injection juice, and I'm just going to use melted butter with some thyme and some sage in there. And I'm not going to go overboard with injecting it. I don't like to inject my turkey too much, but you can do whatever you want. But we're just going to inject 3 or 4 places here on the breasts, a couple places in the thighs, and maybe on the side here a couple times. But we're just going to use, like I said, melted butter with some ground up thyme and sage in there. And so we'll do that. And then I also have some cranberry apple juice. It's 100% concentrate by Ocean Spray. We're going to mix that with 50-50 water, and then we're going to put that in our water pan on the drum smoker, and that should be up to temperature now. I'll have to go down and check on that in a minute, but and then yeah, we'll get that all in there. We'll get that going. We're planning on about 4 hours. This turkey here is a 13-pound turkey. Might be done a little under 4 hours, but that's fine. We'll let it rest for a while anyways. And so yeah, so I got some cooking spray here. I'm going to stuff it before we spray it down and put everything on there, because I don't want to be touching the turkey after I get the spray on there and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stuff this turkey. I am going to put a couple jalapenos way in the back here, and I told myself to get some gloves and I forgot, but that's all right. So a couple jalapenos, then I'm going to go with some thyme in there. I'm going to stuff it all up in there nice and tight. A couple things of celery. Get all that up in there. A couple things of oranges. Some more jalapenos. And we'll just keep going here. And then we got some celery. My son wants to know what I'm doing. Even though I told him twice what I'm doing. That's what a kid does. But get some more oranges in there. I'm going to try to use most of this here. Some more jalapenos. We'll tie all this up. I don't feel like I got enough oranges in there. Stuff a few more of those in there. Another jalapeno. Everybody loves jalapenos. Some more celery at the end here. And then we'll try to block it all off with a couple oranges. And that's basically what we got. Everything's stuffed in there. I got a little more celery we can stuff in there somewhere. Okay, so I got the turkey all tied up here. Getting ready to put the rub on this bird. And I've just got some cooking spray. This is butter flavor. You can get canola flavor, whatever you want. Same thing with the brine. When you do your brine, a lot of people add brown sugar. I love to add brown sugar, but I didn't this time. But salt is another good thing to add in there. A lot of people add salt, kosher salt. I didn't add salt because it already came with the free salt in it. So, but same thing with the rub. You can put all kinds of different things on there if you want. Barbecue, spices, the poultry spices are good to put on the turkeys. So really anything you want, but we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna spray this turkey down real good here. If I don't break this. And we're just gonna get it all sprayed down real good. And then we're just gonna kind of rub that on. That's why it's called rub. Alright, so now that we got this all rubbed down, we're going to take our actual rub spices that I got in the package here, sprinkle those on, rub those all in real good. Actually, I'm going to pat those on. I like to focus on the breasts and the thighs the most. And that cooking spray is going to hold our rub on there. That's why we're putting that cooking spray on there. Holds this rub on there nice. Focus less on the wings, but still get some on there. They gave us a whole package, so we might as well use it. Man, I'm almost done, but I'm going to go ahead and spray some more juice on there. There we go. Come on that way. And then once I'm done here, I'm going to go ahead and tie the wings up. Alright, so we're going to go down and we're going to check on the grill. I'm going to check the temperature. As soon as that's up to temperature, we'll put this turkey on. It's all ready now. It's all tied up, ready to go. It's got its stuffings in there, and you can put actual stuffing in there if you want as well. But you can put whatever you want in there. It's got its rub on there. It's all tied up, looking pretty. And I got my pan here. I'm going to melt some butter in there in a little while, put some thyme in there, and that's what I'll use to inject it. And also we'll go through putting the apple cranberry and water into the water pan and let that all kind of evaporate right up into the turkey. So should have some amazing flavors, and we'll see how it goes here. Okay, so I came down, I checked on the drum smoker, and it was at about a solid 232 degrees. I got 2 probes in there, and they were both at exactly 232. It's been down here going for about a half an hour, so it wasn't moving. It was at the temperature that it wanted to be at. And so we opened up the top vent a little more. That's about where we're at now. And we also opened up the bottom vent. We just had it over one hole. We had one hole open. Now we have 2 holes open, and we're at about 264 right now. So we'll keep an eye on it. We want it to go up slowly, and a lot of people, they have questions. How do I know how to control my temperature? How do I know where to start at? It's a learning process. I had a ceramic smoker for about 6-7 years now, and it's just a learning process. But I would say this as advice: it's much easier to raise your temperature than it is to lower your temperature. So you don't want to go, if you're shooting for 275, or let's say you're shooting to 300, you don't want to get to 325 and then try to back it down. Once you get up to around 250, 260, you're going to really start keeping an eye on, how fast is that temperature going up? Do I need to close the vents down, slow it down a little bit? So there's just a lot of learning, but I would start with just opening your vents slowly. When the first few minutes when you're getting your fire going, you just have them full open for about 5 minutes. Let that fire really catch to all the charcoal, and then shut your lid and close your vents down to to less than halfway open, both your top and your bottom. And when you do that, you're going to kind of start raising your temperature slowly. And then you just keep an eye on it. And, my fiance, she's always on me about how long I stare at my grill when I'm cooking, and it's because you got to keep an eye on it. That's the way smoking is. It's part of the process. You get your beverage, and you just watch the grill, and that's the fun of it. But on a nice day, the kids will be outside playing. We'll be having a good time. And I talked about I have a ceramic smoker. And I love my ceramic smoker, don't get me wrong, but this barrel drum smoker by Smokin' Ugly is by far way better. I can already tell that it's holding a very consistent temperature. I got 2 probes in there. Both of them are pretty much at the same, almost at the same exact temperature they were when I came down. Now one's at 271 and one's at 266, which we're just going to close these down just a hair more because we're still rising in temperature. We don't want to get too high. So I'm just going to take this bottom one here. I'm going to close it to about halfway. So we got about 1.5 open down there. And we'll see where that takes us to. But the nice thing about this thing here, this Smokin' Ugly drum smoker, is it's very lightweight and portable. I took it out here to my house. I threw it on the back of my truck, unloaded it off the back of my truck all by myself, and I've got a bad back, so it's a big advantage to having these barrel smokers. It holds a consistent temperature. You can fit tons of food in there. It has all kinds of different accessories for making, with the griddle, with the pizzas, with the smoking, with cooking steaks at high temperatures. You can do so much stuff on this thing, and it's portable. You can take it to the tailgate parties. You can take it to camp. You can, move it in your yard. My ceramic smoker, that thing must weigh probably 300 plus pounds, and it's everything I got for me and 2 other guys to get it on the back of my truck. So, it's a big advantage to this. And like I said, you can use that charcoal chute, add charcoal during a cook if you're doing a brisket. So if I were looking to get a smoker, and I wanted to get something that's going to really do everything for my family. I can have family night with pizzas, smash burgers, whatever. This is what I would want to get. I'd want to get all these accessories, throw them on a drum smoker, and then I can take this anywhere I go, throw it in the back of the truck, and it's just that simple. But I'm rambling on here, so I'm going to keep an eye on this temperature. I see we're at 275 now, and we're going to go get this turkey and get ready to get it on. I went ahead, and you can see the water pan down there. It's got the apple cranberry water mixture down there. That turkey is dripping right down into there. Got the turkey all tied up, looking good, looking pretty. And in about an hour from now, we're going to mix up our injection juice and inject that turkey. We'll heat the juice up first, always do that. And then we'll get some probes in there in about an hour from now. I'll keep an eye on the temperature of the turkey, but I'm guessing about 4 hours to cook this guy. We're at about 280 degrees consistently. The other thing is we're going to go ahead and we're going to add, I got an apple wood chip here. I just got 1 chip. There is such thing as too much smoke flavor. So when I'm cooking for I like things smoky, but not everybody does. So when I'm cooking a Thanksgiving turkey and a lot of different people are going to eat it, I just put 1 chunk in. You're going to still have plenty of smoky flavor, but it just, nope, I got to latch that. But it just keeps it from having too much smoke flavor so that everybody can enjoy the turkey, and it still has, plenty enough smoke flavor. It's got all those different flavors in there, so you're going to love it, but and so is everybody else. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open up this charcoal chute and look at that fire in there. We got her going good. It's up a little high right now just because we had the grill opened up. But we're just going to slide that bad boy right down in there. And there we go. Now we're going to start really smoking this turkey. I'm going to go ahead and lock that back up. And get my probe back in here. And then we'll be back in an hour to inject it and get everything going. Okay, so it's been about an hour. That's what the turkey looks like right now. I got my couple probes in there. We're running at about 280. And I got my baster pan here. I melted some butter, some garlic and some sage and some thyme all together. We're gonna go ahead and juice this bird up. And I'm just gonna hit it a few different places. Trying to do this one-handed here. Don't want to go too deep. And we'll just keep doing that. And do a few spots here, a few spots there, and then we'll come back and check on it later. Alright, so our turkey is done. It took us about 4 hours and got right to 165. So we're going to cut into this and we're going to try a bad boy here. We're just going to cut a little piece here. Oh gosh, that looks so freaking good. Terrible turkey cutter. I'm a better cooker than I am a cutter. Oh god, this is so good. That is amazing. So juicy. I can actually taste the jalapeno in there a little bit. Garlic, thyme, sage. It is awesome.